All right, so welcome everyone. A little bit earlier than usual, and that's what we usually do when we have the Olympics. And I'm actually very excited for it because this is a concept that I like a lot, which is going through a couple of minor, let's say, tournaments, and then through a final tournament. Um, yeah, so today we're going to do again the same type of format like we had last time, but this time is not going to be HEMA. This time is going to be with sharp weapons. So we have four categories. We have Rapier, so we can use only Rapier characters. Saber, same thing. Longsword, and a special category which I called Hybrid, in which we have some characters that don't necessarily fit in other weapon categories, like Marina, who has a sword and shield, Kalkstein, who has a broadsword, and Yendrik, who has a shepherd's axe. So they are they're a little bit different from all the other weapons in the game. So I put them together to create some sort of a outcast, right, category. So just a short description on what we're going to do today. So we're going to start with, so the first stream is going to be with hybrid weapon and rapier. So in rapier, players can use Marta or Marie. In hybrid, they can use Marina, Kalkstein, or Jendrek. And these two tournaments are going to run alternatively. They are a single elimination, but given the fact that all players that are in Rapier are the same players that are going to play in Hybrid, it's kind of like a double elimination, but it's just like in two different tournaments. I mean, people will have a second chance to prove themselves, and the most important aspect is that they are medals given, apart from points in rankings and all that stuff that we're going to talk about a little bit later. We have medals. So gold medal, silver medal, and bronze medal players will qualify to the $100 tournament, the final one, in which you can compete only with the weapons that you got medals with. So for example, if you got the medal with Rapier, you got a medal with the Hybrid, or you got a medal with Longsword, those are the type of weapons that you can use in the final tournament. For example, if you got only a medal in Saber, you can use only Saber in the final tournament. You cannot use a weapon from a different tournament. So this is one of the different concepts that I introduced last time with the Olympics. I thought it was interesting, and it's adding a new dynamic. Also, the final tournament, apart from the rankings, the money, and everything, it's also going to have the first sword title on the line, and all the qualifying tournaments will yield points towards weapon points. So you can get a specialist role, and so on. So yeah, that's kind of it. Most of you guys kind of know how these things work. So without further ado, let's dive right into it. We're gonna have a look at let's see which one is first. We're gonna start with Rapier, and the first match is going to be, I would say, a pretty interesting one. By the way, all fights are going to be 7 flags. Maybe that could be tweaked for the second event in case we get too many people, in case maybe some other people sign up. I've messaged everyone, so some people haven't seen the message, or probably maybe they're busy at this time, because we're also starting earlier than usual with 2 tournaments that are not very popular, but Longsword and Saber are a lot more popular. So historically this has happened. We had people joining a little bit later, so if that happens, maybe we can switch to 6 and just make the finals to 7. But for now, we're just going to keep it to 7 because we have plenty of time. Right. I also have to let you know. Let's have a look here. So which mods are using. So we're using the animation speed as always, 1.1. We're also using the ragdoll mod, and in the gameplay, in the actual gameplay, so we're using the damage 1.5, so just the same ones as before with the ragdoll mod. Also, Kubold introduced a slow-mo thing. I took it off, but it still seems to be happening. Actually, sometimes the ragdoll deaths look kind of cool with slow-mo, so I think you're going to enjoy it. But yeah, regarding the last two mods, the ragdoll and the timer, so we're just gonna give the ragdoll one more try based on the positive feedback that we got last time. A lot of people had some good words to say about it. So let's see how it holds up in terms of enjoyment and gameplay and so on. And about the timer mode, yeah, so we agreed last time that the timer is something that we're probably going to use in some special type of events, or it's probably more suited for HEMA or maybe with some other types of format. Of course, it had its own charm and its own fun, but eventually, I believe, and some other people believe, that the timer works better with something that is, continuous, and it does not stop when there's a point scored. Because even in HEMA, although it's continuous, it still stops for a second when you score a point and so on. So I'm thinking about, for example, the UFC game that I usually play. That's where we have timers because you fight from bell to bell. But by the way, this is not criticism. The mod works perfectly. The mod was great. It provides us with different ways of having fun. So just wanted to clarify a little bit in case somebody was wondering about it. So we're going back to our flag format thing. All right, enough rambling. Let's go with the first fight: Piccola versus Ezekiel in the Rapier tournament. Reminder that all these fights are single elimination, so if you lose the fight, you are out of the qualifier tournament. But luckily, there are plenty of competitions today to compete in, so losing in one of them does not provide too much sadness, right? Pico starts on the left, Ezekiel starts on the right. This is a Rapier fight, and they're going to play for seven flags. Also, with the ragdoll mod, doubles are not happening as often. I mean, the timing is a lot more strict. It has its obviously it has its perks and downsides as well. But at least from that point of view, matches might be a little bit shorter than usual. Pico's ready to fight. Pico, a very good Marta player. I would say a very good Marie player as well. Ezekiel mostly focuses on using Marta. And let's see how that goes. After this fight, we're going to have Wrath versus Roderick, and the winner of these two fights are going to face me and Carlos. Regarding how the matchmaking is done, I'm just going to say this until Ezekiel joins. One second. Somebody says something. Comments here not working? What do you mean? Okay, so it works on YouTube, but maybe it doesn't work in Discord. Let me see. Let's see if Wrath can hear me in Discord. Okay. Let me see. Roderick, can you guys hear me? What's going on? Why though? I haven't changed anything. Voice and video. Okay, it works. Okay, I think I know what's the problem. Alright. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Alright, let me see. Can you hear me in Discord now? Alright, just give me a sec. Mic check. Mic check. Can you guys hear me? Alright, should work now. Okay, so Pico says that he can hear me. Okay, sorry about that. Let's see if Roderick can hear me. Yeah. Okay. Alright, so 1 second. Alright, so let's go with the fight. Pico versus Ezekiel. No tournament without some technical issues, right? They are ready to go. So let's start the fight. We'll figure the other things as we go. As far as I can see, YouTube works fine. So if you can't hear me in Discord, you can use YouTube at least. So Pico starts on the left, Ezekiel on the right. Yeah. So Marta versus Marta. Oh, with the skin, nice. We're gonna use the same map as always, the competitive Fechtschule map. I always found it fitting for this type of. Yeah. All right. So no timer, just 7 flags of Rapier. Hopefully we're not gonna see any weird bugs with the new slow-mo thing. Oh, that was that was one of Pico's moves, where he's flicking his blade a lot. He's very tricky. Oh, and again, when we see the slow-mo now, 2 for Pico. Oh, and again the same attack. 3 now. I feel that the ragdoll mod does a pretty good job when it comes to thrusts. I mean, it looks pretty convincing. With cuts, it can get a little bit silly sometimes. Still 3, 4. Oh, and once at the head and the fallen down. this one is quite interesting. Pico is dominating this fight. 5 flags scored. Oh, and Ezekiel with a beautiful side step, and I think probably the slow-mo thing is something that can show us sometimes, which is the beauty of certain moves. And that was a beautiful side step from Ezekiel. Scored his first point. Pico looks very confident. You can see it in his body language. He has all the reasons to be so. Oh, and caught there. 5-2. Oh, and again the same side step. Alright, so it looks like Ezekiel has managed to score 4 flags in a row after being led 5-0. Oh, and this is the 5th one. This could be a really interesting comeback in the first fight. Already starting with a banger here. And you wouldn't expect it to happen in a Marta mirror. Pico gets the 6th flag. This is actually quite important. A psychological flag in my opinion, after losing 5. 6-6. Wow, and we're getting into the last flag. This fight got a lot more competitive than it looked. Probably Ezekiel managed to warm up a little bit. The first fight is always kind of difficult to get in. Even when we're talking first fight of the tournament, right? Because even if you don't play, sometimes when watching other people, it kind of warms you up mentally. If that makes sense. And Ezekiel gets it. 7-6. Wow. Congratulations. Congratulations. That was an amazing comeback. Absolutely amazing comeback from Ezekiel. Gotta give him props for that. Pico dying on a pretty horse. 7-6. So Ezekiel is going to fight in the semifinals a little bit later. Now we have Raph versus Roderick. Okay. So Wrath is on the left, and Roderick is on the right. I would say Roderick has probably a little bit more experience with rapiers. I've seen him use Marta a couple of times in tournaments. But Wrath is ever so surprising. He can play a couple of characters. Lately, he has mostly focused on just playing his main, which is Sam. But I've seen him plenty of times using some other characters as well. All right, waiting for Roderick. Okay, there he is. Okay, here we go. So, Rapier match. The winner of this fight will face Carlos. Oh, I need to change the names. My bad. Roderick. Wrath on the left, Roderick on the right. So Roderick has made up his mind. He's going to use Marta, and Wrath is going with Marie. So we have the first match between two different characters in this particular event. Immediately after this fight, we are gonna go to the hybrid tournament. Where players can use Marina, Kalkstein, or Jendrik. It's a category. Oh, beautiful dash there from Wrath. Where players can use Oh, that was beautiful. That was beautiful from Roderick. Where players can, as I said, can use some characters that don't necessarily fit too much in other categories. Of course, you can make some cases for them to be in certain, but it would be more of a stretch. Wrath pretty patient. Oh, and Roderick's stab just inch perfect there. I really liked. I saw it again on my phone. I saw the Roderick's first flag. That was a really nice one. Oh, Wrath might have some connection problems. As you probably know, he's playing from Brazil. Oh, and again, the machine gun stab there from Roderick. 3-1. Oh. Oh, and again a beautiful attack. 4-1. Oh, Roderick is hurt and tired. Oh, and again with the dash. When Marta goes in long guard, Marie can sometimes take advantage of that with the dash. Of course, it's a risky move. Oh, and the triangle, beautiful from Wrath. 4-3. We have another interesting fight here. Wrath is very patient, and I really like that about him. He's grown so much as a player recently. Oh, he gets caught there. A nice touch there by Roderick. Five, 2, 3. Oh, to the leg. 6-3, beautiful. Marie died of blood loss. And a solid performance there from Roderick. And I think if he wins this fight, which might actually happen, he will face his fellow countryman Carlos in a very interesting Rapier fight. Could be a Spanish Rapier fight, who knows. Oh. Oh, and one to the head. 7-3. Roderick wins. Good fight, guys. Really nice to watch this particular fight. And as I said, Wrath is eliminated from this one, but he will have his chance in the hybrid tournament, and he might actually fight soon as well. Roderick will face Carlos a little bit later in the semifinals. Okay, let's have a look in the hybrid. Yeah, so Wrath is actually no, Wrath just fought and lost, and I kind of have a, unless we don't have any other choice, I kind of have this mental rule, which is not getting somebody to play again after they've just lost. Instead, we're gonna have somebody who's just won, which is Roderick. He's gonna fight again, and he's going to fight Carlos, but they're gonna fight in hybrid, and later on they're going to fight in Rapier as well. As I said, we have the same competitors in both events, so it's kind of bound for people to fight each other more often. Carlos versus Roderick. Sure, Carlos, no worries. Did I change it here to hybrid? No. Hybrid. And I just wanted to say something about how the matchmaking is done. So the matchmaking is done manually, and I take into consideration the results of the last Olympics. So if you got a gold medal or a silver medal in the last Olympics, you may start a little bit later in case we don't have an even number of people, or have a seeded position. I, for one, I am seeded in all the tournaments. The only possible one that I couldn't be the number one seed would be Saber, in case Koala decides to join us later. But for example, in here in hybrid, so I got gold last time. Ezekiel got bronze. So Ezekiel and I are the top seeds, and so on. You get how it works. Just waiting for Carlos. He said he's going to join in a second. I'm actually very curious to see what Carlos brings to the table here, because last time he used Yendrick in this particular tournament and he lost. And I'm pretty sure he maybe thought about the fact, because he's a very good Marina player. I mean, he's a very good Yendrick, Kalkstein, and Marina player. This category is basically made for Carlos. But recently he had been playing really well with Marina. So the fact that he didn't choose her then maybe had some impact. Kind of like, you know, I could have used that and won or did better, but I didn't. So maybe this time we're actually gonna see Carlos using her. There is a chance that could happen, or maybe Carlos is just gonna go ahead and try again Jendrik, or try Kalkstein. Who knows? I think it also depends on what. I think it also depends on what Roderick is going to do. Oh, yep. Carlos is going for it. So Carlos is left side, Roderick is right side. They're going for it. Marina fight can actually be interesting, because I think it's oh, and it's a double and they both fall. I think they both have they're working with the same thing, which is the shield. So they have the strategy of working around the shield, trying to be fast. Oh, and a beautiful cut to the head. Carlos gets the first flag. Spanish Derby here. Oh, and goes low. 2 for Carlos. I think with Carlos and Ezekiel in this particular category is going to be interesting. Oh, cut the hand. 3 for Carlos. Oh, and that was beautiful from Roderick as well. Oh, came there. Maybe try to do something. Grab. I mean, she can't grab. But maybe try to push or something. And Carlos anticipated it. 4-1. Oh, goes low. And then gets countered. 5-1. Roderick is trying to work behind the defense. Oh, and that's a nice cut as well to the head. 5-2. And again, one to the face. 6-2. Pretty strong display from Carlos so far. Oh, and it's a double. I think doubles are indeed pretty silly. with the ragdoll. They still happen, as you can see. You just have to kind of strike at the same time, or the timing is a lot stricter. Oh, 2-piece, and that's it. 7-2. Strong win there for Carlos. Congratulations. And now Pico and Wrath are going to face each other in hybrid as well. Okay, so Pico is gonna be on the left. And Wrath is going to be on the right. There he is. Here we go. All right, so names. Here we go. Pico versus Wrath. Pico left, Wrath right. So hybrid weapon, remember, you can use only Marina, Yendrik, or Kalkstein. Oh, you can't use Sam, man. Can't use Sam. Pico's going Yendrik. Oh, we have a Yendrik mirror. And I'm actually glad. Hopefully we're going to see some Kalkstein as well. I would really like to see all the characters involved, especially in these tournaments that have a limited number of characters. I mean, I would get in Saber. Probably people are not going to use all the Sabers. But in these ones, maybe. First kill there for Pico. Getting the first one. Hopefully, for his mental health, he doesn't go again on the same 1-1 now. But with the same advantage, and then drop it last point. Oh, goes low, and he's flying around 2-1. I know that this usually happens on low attacks. There's a flying animation. Yeah, it's funny. Oh, and the cancels that Pico does. 3-1. Gets him another kill. Oh, crumbled under the pressure there. Wrath gets his second flag. Oh, and again another one. 3-3. Pico with the feints. Oh, catches him again with the cancelled attack. Gotta be careful. 4-3. Pico breaking the laws of the game here and physics with his cancels. Gotta be careful. Wrath is hurt there. Oh, but he gets the kill eventually. 4-4. Oh, and got caught. I thought he got the point, but actually he got caught with the chop on the shoulder. 5-4 for Pico now. Oh, Wrath again with the same long guard move. 5-5. Catches Pico the second time the same way.
Hey.
And Pico gets the last flag of the match, 7-5. This time, he managed to get the win. Wrath put on a good fight against a player that I would say a little bit more experienced with the characters, with the character involved. 7-5 for Pico. So Pico is going to fight in hybrid a little bit later against me. So now we're moving to the semifinals, and we're getting close to the interesting stuff, because a win here for our players would mean a medal, a guaranteed medal. A loss would still mean a second chance in the bronze match. And the first fight that we're going to have is actually going to be me. So I'm going to have my debut. I'm the previous winner of this tournament. I want to defend the gold medal. And I'm facing Ezekiel, so in Rapier. And after that, we're going to have Carlos versus Roderick Part 2. Here we go. Ezekiel did the great there in the previous fight against Pico. He was led 5-0 and then managed to win 7-6. After also being led, so it was 5-5 at one point, and then it was 6-5 for Pico, which sometimes it can have an impact. But I think one of Ezekiel's superpowers is that he never seems to get intimidated. He's just playing the same way. It doesn't matter if it's 5-0, 6-0, 3-3. He's playing the same way, and I think that's actually quite a useful attitude to have in events. Because if you're overly impacted by the score in a positive or in a negative way, then you are bound to to lose certain matches that maybe you could have won. All right, here we go. I start on the left. He starts on the right. I was thinking about using Marta, but I'm not sure. Ezekiel seems very strong, and honestly, I can't remember much of her moveset. Yeah, so I'll probably, as I was saying it, I think I realized that. I think I should stick with old Marie. Alright, here we go. Oh, and it's a double. Flying characters around. A little bit of a lingering damage, I think, there from Marie. I'm not sure. Oh. Nice bait there from Ezekiel. And I got punished for it. And again, caught me. Perfect. Oh, it's one of those unskippable slow-mos. kind of found the pattern there. It's going well so far. Oh, that was nice. A dash side step. And again, the dashes seem to have worked well. 7-2, good fight. We'll be fighting for gold. Ezekiel is going to fight for bronze a little bit later. Alright, so we have Carlos versus Roderick Part 2. Actually, last time Roderick was on the right side, so let's move him on the left. Give him a little bit more diversity. Rapier fight. So in the hybrid fight, Carlos was the winner. GG, Ezekiel. We'll see if Roderick this time gets the win. Here we go. Roderick left, Carlos right. Go. Carlos going Marie. I'd rather going Marta again. Oh, beats the blade, but does not follow up with an attack there, Roderick. I think he made a little mistake. Maybe he didn't expect that to land. Perfect side step, and Carlos gets the first flag. Roderick had it there, but again, I think he did not expect to beat the blade like that. And I understand sometimes it happens. Oh, beautiful! Long guard attack. 1-1. Unskippable slow-mo. I think this was in the game back in the day where you couldn't. Maybe Kubo was bringing some things back. Honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing some of the old moves that the characters had, maybe added with a different control or something like that. I'm thinking. Oh, nice one to the face. 2-1 for Roderick. I'm thinking about. I remember Isabella had from high guard. She had like a short cut and then followed up by a nice thrust. It wasn't a very good move, but it looked really cool. So I would love to see something like that back. Or from some other characters as well. They have certain moves that they don't have anymore. Oh, nice one to the head as well. Carlos is not finding his rhythm here in the beginning of the first flags. He's trying to sidestep a lot, and he's getting caught in the process. And Roderick is getting confidence. still too early though. Double. I think it was a double lunge there. I forgot the word. A double lunge there. It looked a little bit weird, but touched the hand probably. 3-2. Oh, and this time it works. The side step, and it looked cool as well. 3-3. Goes low. Oh, it did not work. The what's it called? The triangle, and then Roderick tried to attack, and Carlos punished it. 4-3. Oh, and that was a cut, I think. A nice sidestep cut, and looks like Carlos actually stuck with his original plan. Original plan of going for side steps, even though he didn't have much success and he was punished in the first flags. He stuck with it, and now it's taking results. That takes some self-belief, and I have to give him props for that. Most people would usually change something when they get punished 2 or 3 times. Oh, one to the head. Beautiful there from Roderick. Gets 1 point back. 1 flag back. Game of inches here, really. Oh, and again to the head. I think Carlos also wants to defend his silver medal that he got last time, and this time even getting the gold. But he has a strong hurdle in front of him here. Oh, and it's a double. Oh, beautiful snipe. And now Roderick is back in control. This is one of the best fights so far. 3-1 for Roderick, then 5-3 for Carlos, and now 6-5 for Roderick. And again to the head, 7-5, and Roderick wins the fight. Congratulations. They adapted to each other really well. Congratulations to Roderick. Will fight in the grand final. So he has a guaranteed Rapier medal. And I'm actually very happy that I told Roderick he had signed up for all tournaments except Rapier, and I told him that I remember that you play Rapier as well. Why don't you sign up? I'm not sure if that was the reason why he signed up. Maybe he just forgot. But I'm glad that he's here. So he's going to be in the final. Carlos will fight for bronze, though, against Ezekiel a little bit later. Let's go to semifinals of the hybrid tournament. And the first fight is me versus Pico. I'm not sure who to go with, but I was thinking about trying Marina. Maybe. Oh, did I change the names? Yes. Um, you know, no, actually, you know what? I don't think anybody's using this guy, so let's go with him. A little bit more variety. Although I think Jendrik is probably a little bit more dangerous. Oh. Ah, nice. Oh, he got the hook. Nice. Nice one. Pico always being tricky. Nice.
Imos.
Oh my god, Kalk. Great. Nice. Think Kalk needs some love. Oh, got his arm there. How dramatic is that fall? Oh, and looks like I'm managed a little bit of comeback. Nice. Ah, I thought that retreat cut is gonna hit him, but it didn't. Pico is now coming back. Oh, beautiful. Nice. GG.
Hey.
7-6. That was a fun fight. And Pico is in the hybrid final. And I'm going to be fighting for bronze a little bit later. The last two flags actually that he scored were really good. Some high level baits there from him. Alright, and now we're going to have, I would say, a very interesting hybrid fight, and most likely a sword and shield fight between Ezekiel and Carlos, two of the best marina players in the world. I think it's very likely that we're going to see Marina Mirror. Here we go. Immediately after this fight, we're going to start with the finals. So the bronze match and then the gold matches. Carlos is here, Ezekiel is here. Ezekiel takes left, Carlos takes right. Ezekiel left, Carlos right. Yep, so we actually see the Marina Mirror and Carlos with his preferred skin using Marina. Ezekiel gets the first point. Carlos with the top attack and then a low attack. One. Oh, Ezekiel tried a couple of side steps, but then he went a little bit panic mode, and Carlos punished it 2-1. 2-2. Oh, one to the head. 3-2. Balance so far between the two as expected. Carlos trying to bait him in. Ezekiel more methodical, waiting for the right opportunity to strike. Oh, and one to the head there for Ezekiel. It's actually a move that Carlos uses a lot, the forward cut to the head. It's usually a fast move that covers a pretty good range. 3-3. Oh, that thrust, and unfortunately Carlos goes on his shield there. 4-3. Oh, Carlos again with the retreat cut. 4-4. I think this fight is might go to the last 5, unless somebody discovers something here. 5-4 now. For those watching and that want to compete, oh, beautiful sidestep cut. Want to compete from the server. There is a Saber tournament, a longsword tournament also happening soon. A lot of after the recent update, I've seen today a lot of I don't know how to call them, some sort of void attacks, like attacks like they don't really collide well. 6-6. Oh, and a beautiful sidestep, and Ezekiel gets another 7-6 win and qualifies to the final. Carlos a little bit unlucky, but he will be fighting for bronze against me. Good. All right. So now we have the finals for the medals in both tournaments. Pico and Ezekiel are going to fight for gold in hybrid. I'm going to fight Carlos for bronze. And in Rapier, I'm going to fight Roderick for gold. And Ezekiel is going to face Carlos in for bronze. So a lot of people still involved in that. So we're going to start with the bronze matches. Yeah, let's go back to Rapier. Actually, so Ezekiel and Carlos will have to fight again. I'm sorry, I didn't check. But this time is in Rapier and for bronze. Immediately after that, it's going to be me versus Carlos. But in hybrid. So Carlos hasn't managed to get into a final, but he has managed to get in the third place final. So he has the opportunity to get the two bronze medals here, and it's actually quite important for Carlos to get some bronze medals, because most of the characters that he plays are in these two categories, in Rapier and hybrid. So getting two bronze medals here would give him the possibility in the final tournament to use the characters that he is proficient with. Mostly he plays like Kalstein, Marina. I mean, recently I've seen him using these characters, but he sometimes switches to Rapiers as well in some specific matches. So, yeah, it's quite important from that perspective. Okay, Ezekiel takes left, Carlos takes right side. Rapier bronze match, and after that it's going to be me versus Carlos in hybrid. And by the way, hybrids are considered, even though they're kind of some sort of misfits in one category, they're the way that they mechanically work in these events is they work as a single weapon type. So if you get a bronze medal, regardless if you got it with Yendrik playing in the final tournament, you could still use Marina or Kalkstein. First point there for Ezekiel. Carlos had another Marta match a little bit earlier against Roderick. Nearly lost. Nearly losing, actually. Oh, and again, once at the head, and we have to look at the slow-mo. 2 now for Ezekiel. Ezekiel on a good run here, I'd say. Three now. Four-one. Looks like Carlos is not doing very well against these strikes to the head. I think he's probably lunging forward whenever those happen, and he's getting caught. But they don't call him comeback Carlos for no reason. And here's the first flag. I've seen some crazy comebacks, but I think Carlos has definitely had the volume, the quality, and probably the craziest comebacks. Caught him with a two-piece forward move. I don't know how that attack is called. He's doing it again now. Oh, and one to the head now. 5, 2, 3 here for Ezekiel. And again, one to the head. Ezekiel is doing really well with these thrusts to the head. That's where Marie's weaker point. And again, another one. 7, 2, 3. Good dominant performance, I would say, from Ezekiel. Carlos unfortunately does not earn a medal in this one. Ezekiel gets a bronze though, so he could use Marta or Marie if he wishes to in the final tournament. But now Carlos will have to, unfortunately, he will have to fight again, and he's fighting me for hybrid bronze. And I think this is probably a little bit more important because in here there are Marina, Kalkstein, and Jendrik, 3 characters that Carlos plays a lot. Here we go. I want to go with Kalkstein again. I'm not sure if Carlos wants to go Kalk. Yeah, we're doing a Kalk mirror. Honorable choice there from Carlos. I think he could have gone Marina and just completely destroy me. Here we go. Oh, double. That flick got me killed so many times against Pico as well. Gotta be careful. A little explosion there. I'm not sure what's wrong with Kalkstein's hit detection. Looks very off. Not this time though. Oh, caught me with the lingering. Unfortunate. Nice. Again, that damn flick. I don't know why I'm doing it. Nice one for Carlos there. Somehow I'm still alive in this fight, although I'm being dominated. Alright, down to the last flag. Nice. GG. 7-6. This time luck was on Carlos's side on the last flag. Winning the bronze medal, so congratulations to him. And I think it's, as I said, it's quite important because he can use some of the characters that he's very good with. This one was hybrid bronze match. All right. And now we have the gold medal fights. The first one is going to be me versus Roderick in Rapier. His thrust register is so bad. Okay, okay. I get it. Alright, and then we're gonna have Pico fighting Ezekiel for the gold in hybrid. Broderick, pretty surprising performance, although I've seen him using Rapier before. It's surprising it's a pleasant surprise to see him in the final and fighting for a gold medal. Yeah, so using the same characters that brought us some success in the semifinals. Good luck, Roderick. I'm not sure if I faced Roderick before in a Rapier fight. So it's definitely going to be interesting. I really liked the way he played earlier. It'll be an interesting challenge. Oh! That second hit. Double. That was a nice. Pushed a little bit too early. Nice. Alright, 2 good flags there from Roderick. Got to be careful. I've seen him pulling a little bit of a comeback earlier. Alright, one more flag to defend the gold. Oh, God, I thought it was going to be a double. 72, GG Roderick, good fight. I managed to defend my gold. Roderick gets silver, which is still a great achievement, in my opinion. And the Rapier medalist list is complete. I get gold, Roderick gets silver, and Ezekiel gets bronze. And now we're going to see who's going to get gold in hybrid. And after that, we're going to take a break and start the second stream with saber and longsword. So Piccola versus Ezekiel. Yeah, so again, a reminder for everybody on the server, if you want to compete, there's still 2 tournaments you can sign up for, the saber and the longsword. They're going to be done alternatively. Okay, hybrid gold. Ezekiel is here, ready to fight for gold. He has already got a medal. In Rapier, he's gonna get another one here. We'll see if it's gonna be gold or if it's gonna be silver. So Pico is on the left. Ezekiel on the right. Here we go. So we're gonna end the stream after this, the first stream, then we're gonna take around 15 minutes, I think, and start the second one. Oh, pulled her sword there. Pico really likes to use, wants to use the hooking mechanic. Tried it again, being cheeky. If Pico wins this one, he's gonna get some points in Axe because he has been using only Yendrik so far. I mean, he will get 1 or 2 points. 1-1 now. So will Ezekiel. He's also going to get some points. He's actually going for the title of Master. Oh. He could get the title of Sword and Shield Master if... Oh, and again, nice cut to the head. 3-1. If he wins the tournament here and wins the final tournament as well, Ezekiel is also going to get the Sword and Shield Master. Oh! And here's the flying ragdoll. Always funny to see it. 3-2. Oh! Pulled her hand with a nice cut, chop to the head. 3-3. Pico again trying to hook, but he gets killed in the process. He needs to be careful. Oh, nice one to the arm. It was actually meant to be a liver attack, but it went to the arm. And again another one. 5-4. Balanced fight here. Oh, and again caught him there. By 5. Oh, he hooked her sword when he got hit. That was interesting. Pico's a little bit tired. Dash thrust. And Ezekiel gets the 6th flag, and Ezekiel is very close to winning the hybrid tournament, and I'm pretty sure he would be happy with it. He's probably the tournament where he's putting his money on the most. Oh, and again wants to deliver 6-6. Another fight that goes to the last flag. We've had plenty. And a side step there from Ezekiel. 7-6 win. The same as in the Rapier fight that they had. Pico couldn't take revenge, and Ezekiel wins the hybrid tournament and wins the gold. So Ezekiel gold medal, Pico gets a silver medal, and Carlos gets a bronze medal, which means all 3 players are able to use Marina, Yendrik, or Kalkstein in the final tournament. And in the other one again, I got the gold, Roderick got the silver, and Ezekiel got bronze. So thank you everybody for watching and competing in the first part of our event. We're going to take around 15 minutes break, and after that we're going to